The other thing that contributed to putting the flame wheel in the overhead was trying to fly it on the original PIDs with altitude hold, and somehow it decided it needed to go up, and that's what put it there. But let me show you real quick some of the last little things about the past couple of days was the PIDs. Uh, Let me show you a little flight with the PIDs at the defaults that INav had in it. Okay, this is original PIDs, defaults. And you can see, that's not real good. Not real good at all. Kind of looks like what it was doing when the Arducopter was on it. That was with the PIDs as I manually tuned them. Arducopter does an automatic tune of the PIDs. So that's where we're at with the platform right now. So here's the PIDs. 155, 35, 45, 165, 35, 65, 145, 55, 0. Like I say, there's still just a little wobble in it. Again, as far as I've found out so far, INav only auto-tunes airplanes, platforms, whereas Arducopter tunes copters in addition to airplanes. So basically we're at the same point on both Arducopter and INav with this platform now. If I fly it with the M8Q can hooked up via UART, I can fly it either Arducopter or INav. If I hook it up to the 743 with the CAN bus connector, this connector, then I can only fly it with Arducopter. Inside the setup in the mixer, I changed the motor mixer right here to make the logic of the flight controller follow the same motor setup as Arducopter. Although this graph doesn't agree with Arducopter, logically in the flight controller now, because of this mapping right here, it does. So I don't have to do any physical hardware changes to this platform when switching between Arducopter and Arduplane. And we've tested it. I don't know what else to say about it, except this also proves the shakiness of the flame wheel in Arducopter last couple of flights. You can see now it's due to PIDs with INav. I took a platform that was virtually unflyable, and in just a few minutes manually change the PIDs and have a flyable platform to continue on with other things, which includes tuning the PIDs better. But it took it from basically unflyable to flyable. And it also illustrated that the moving around in the air that happened on Arducopter is pretty much the PIDs, and Arducopter will auto-tune those out, which in my opinion, I think will be much better than me going in and changing. That's what I did this afternoon. I just changed these around, hovered it again, see what was happening. I haven't changed any of these other parameters down in here that may be having this right here. Could have something to do with it. I haven't even got into that yet. But I'm going to have to do with INav manual PID tuning, where in Arducopter I can do automated. The software will tune it for me. I doubt they use the same range of values in their PIDs, or even approach PIDs from the same standpoint in the software. I don't know. I don't think I can take the PID numbers out of Arducopter and put them in INav. We'll see what happens. So basically, the flame wheel is ready for flight tuning to continue in Arducopter, and it's ready for flight tuning in INav. And I can switch them so fast it isn't even funny. I'm gonna time one. We'll just blow this completely back, and we'll time how long it takes me to switch from Arducopter to INav. Okay, let's see how long it takes. I'm going to start a timer on my cell phone, and this is the platform in Arducopter. So I'm going to shut down Arducopter as I unplug the flame wheel. Hold down the DFU button, plug it back in, and load INav. And it shows, it sees it in DFU mode now. Firmware flasher. H743. Stable version. Load. Flash. I'm going to let it do its thing on the screen instead of cutting it off, just because the timer's still running. It's at 59 seconds right now. I can do this in the field with my notebook as long as I have the diff file and the firmware file. That shouldn't be any kind of a problem. I can fly it in Arducopter, land it, and in, I guesstimate, less than 5 minutes for sure, I can flash it with INav 3.0.1, run my diff file back onto it, and put a battery on it, arm it, fly it in INav. That should be pretty fun. Programming successful. The processor is going to reboot. Two minutes and 7 seconds. Connect. I do have to answer this question. It's going to be a quad. It will reboot again. 224. CLI. Load from file. Load my last INav diff. Execute. 2 minutes and 49 seconds. Almost got it in under 3. Darn it. 2 minutes 57. 3 minutes. Rats. And it's finished and it's rebooting. Okay, 3 minutes, 10 seconds. That's how long it takes to change it from Arducopter to INav now. And it's ready to fly.